Susan Boyle, the lady from the Scottish village of Blackburn, came into our lives as if from a real-life fairy tale. She endured years of suffering due to being misdiagnosed with health conditions and was bullied as a youngster. However, in 2009, her voice debuted on Britain's Got Talent, and everyone was amazed. It was like magic. Susan won over millions of fans and broke sales records with her first album, which topped the charts in both the United Kingdom and the United States, becoming Amazon's most pre-ordered album of all time. Through her remarkable perseverance and triumph, Susan became a living embodiment of faith and optimism. Her inspiring journey exemplifies the power of determination in the face of adversity, proving that anyone can create their own fairy tale if they put their heart into it. A challenging childhood. From modest origins to surprising success, Susan Boyle overcame obstacles throughout her infancy. Born in Blackburn, Scotland, in 1961, she faced difficulties from the very start. Brain impairment caused by oxygen deprivation at birth became a diagnosis that impacted her life early on. Living in Blackburn was challenging for the Boyle family, who were not wealthy. Their little house in an industrial neighborhood was home to Patrick and Bridget, Susan's parents, who battled valiantly to raise their 10 children despite overwhelming odds. Bridget, a gifted pianist and shorthand typist, worked tirelessly to support her family, while Patrick, a World War II veteran, toiled in a mining plant. Growing up in a large family with poor financial circumstances was already difficult, but Susan also endured bullying and abuse as a child, experiences that still haunt her today. Due to her cognitive and physical impairments, she was an easy target for bullies who subjected her to scorn and physical violence. She also faced insensitivity from some educators who misunderstood her condition. Frequent excruciating convulsions, which were misdiagnosed as ADHD and epilepsy, made her academic life even more challenging. Some teachers, failing to recognize the severity of her illness, resorted to harsh punishments, including the use of belts, when she struggled to pay attention or displayed unusual behavior. These experiences deeply wounded young Susan's spirit. Struggles at home. Even at home, Susan faced difficulties. While her father, Patrick, was a hard-working man, he had a short temper and would lash out at Susan whenever he was angry. This created an unsafe and lonely environment for her. Despite her mother's love and concern, Bridget's overprotectiveness unintentionally hindered Susan's development of independence and resilience. Though well-intentioned, this made it harder for Susan to grow into a self-reliant young woman. At the age of 25, Susan had a boyfriend named John, a fleeting romantic interest. However, her parents, particularly her father, disapproved of the relationship, believing she lacked the maturity and independence to make her own choices. Their interference led to the relationship's end, leaving Susan feeling stifled by their control once again. A passion for music. Despite all these obstacles, how did Susan Boyle achieve worldwide stardom? Her parents kindled a love for music in her from a young age. Bridget's exquisite piano skills and Patrick's performances at neighborhood clubs had a profound effect on her. Their home was filled with music, providing Susan a temporary refuge from her hardships. Singing became her source of meaning and happiness, and she nurtured this passion throughout her life. Susan had a crystal-clear goal in mind, but achieving it was far from easy. Despite her exceptional talent, getting her name out there was incredibly challenging. Before her life-changing audition for Britain's Got Talent, she faced numerous rejections. She entered multiple contests and events, hoping for a breakthrough, but faced constant criticism and miscommunication along the way. One of her earliest setbacks came in 1995 when she auditioned for Michael Barrymore's TV program My Kind of People. She performed I Don't Know How to Love Him from Jesus Christ Superstar, but instead of receiving support and approval, she was met with ridicule. The crowd and Barrymore laughed, not at her singing ability, but at her unpolished appearance. This traumatic experience could have broken her spirit, but Susan refused to give up. Determined to chase her dream, she continued saving money to record demo cassettes over the years. Using her life savings, she recorded 3 demos in a local studio in 1998, Killing Me Softly, Cry Me a River, and Don't Cry for Me Argentina. She submitted these tapes to record companies, TV programs, and radio stations, hoping someone would recognize her talent. Yet, success remained elusive, and the rejections kept piling up. Susan persevered because she had unwavering faith in herself, and because of her mother's encouragement. Bridget always pushed Susan Boyle to follow her passions, recognizing her great potential. In 2009, inspired by her mother's unwavering faith and encouragement, Susan made the life-altering decision to audition for Britain's Got Talent. However, family disputes, particularly over money, created a tense and misunderstood environment. In addition to these struggles, Susan faced terrifying incidents that put her safety at risk. On multiple occasions, unidentified individuals broke into her Blackburn home. In 2010, she returned from a night out to find an adolescent inside her house. Although nothing was stolen, the experience left her feeling deeply unsettled. A year later, another disturbing event occurred when a devoted fan attempted to enter her hotel room in Liverpool while she was performing. This admirer's actions made Susan feel frightened and insecure, heightening her anxiety both in public and within her own home. Despite these challenges, Susan's personal tenacity and remarkable talent propelled her to stardom, earning her numerous prestigious awards. Her international recognition included multiple World Music Awards, which honored the best-selling artists from each major region worldwide. Her debut album, I Dreamed a Dream, achieved record-breaking sales and earned Grammy nominations, proving her place at the pinnacle of the music industry. Alongside these accolades, she received several Billboard Music Awards, acknowledging her success in the United States. She also earned a Guinness World Record as the oldest artist to achieve a #1 debut album and for having the fastest-selling female debut album in the UK. Susan's influence extended beyond the United States. She won ARIA Music Awards for her success in the Australian market and was honoured by the Scottish Music Awards for her contributions to music and culture in her home country. In 2012, she was made an Officer of the Order of the British Empire, OBE, for her achievements in music and philanthropy, one of the highest honours bestowed by the British Crown. With over 25 million albums sold worldwide and more than 120 platinum and gold certifications, Susan Boyle's rise to fame is a testament to her extraordinary talent and determination. Her journey from humble beginnings to international stardom continues to inspire millions. Despite her professional success, Susan has endured profound personal losses. In 2007, her beloved mother, Bridget Boyle, passed away. More than just a parent, Bridget was Susan's biggest cheerleader, consistently encouraging her musical ambitions. Losing her mother left Susan feeling as though a piece of herself was missing, plunging her into a long period of grief and isolation. In 2015, she suffered another devastating blow with the death of her close friend and sister figure, Birdie McCassol, who succumbed to cancer. Birdie had been a source of unwavering support throughout Susan's life and career, making her passing all the more heartbreaking. The weight of these losses deeply affected Susan's mental health, leaving her grappling with loneliness and sorrow. Another source of sorrow for Susan has been her struggle with infertility, which she has openly discussed in multiple interviews as one of her greatest regrets. Though she has achieved incredible professional milestones, she longs for the experience of motherhood. She has considered adoption as a way to fulfill this desire, expressing a deep love for children and a wish to provide a nurturing home for a child in need. Her longing to become a mother reflects her inherently compassionate and loving nature. Beyond her personal struggles, Susan has also faced significant health challenges. In 2012, she was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, which forced her to make drastic lifestyle changes. This diagnosis served as a wake-up call, prompting her to reassess her diet and overall health. One of the biggest adjustments she had to make was cutting back on sweets, particularly chocolate, which had long been a source of comfort for her. Managing her condition required a shift to a healthier diet rich in fresh produce, lean meats, and nutritious foods. Despite the many hurdles she has faced, both personal and professional, Susan Boyle's resilience continues to shine through. Her journey is one of perseverance, passion, and an unbreakable spirit, inspiring countless people around the world. Susan was motivated to persevere through the challenges of change. In addition to modifying her diet, she incorporated exercise into her daily routine. Walking was one of the first exercises she adopted, and as her fitness improved, she gradually increased her speed and distance. These walks not only helped her manage diabetes but also provided psychological and emotional benefits, keeping her optimistic and focused on her goals. Later in adulthood, Susan received even more devastating health news. For a long time, she had believed that her brain impairment was caused by a lack of oxygen at birth. This misdiagnosis affected how she perceived herself and how others viewed her. However, a second medical opinion revealed that she actually had Asperger syndrome, a subtype of autism spectrum disorder, ASD. This revelation brought her a newfound sense of comfort and clarity, shedding fresh light on her past experiences and behaviors. Understanding that she had Asperger syndrome allowed Susan to better navigate social situations and manage her condition. People with Asperger's often struggle with social interactions, exhibit repetitive behaviors, and have intense interests, qualities that Susan channeled into her unwavering dedication to her singing career. Receiving the correct diagnosis greatly enhanced her self-awareness and quality of life, as she was able to access appropriate support and guidance. After overcoming one major health challenge after another, Susan faced yet another setback, a small stroke in April 2022. The stroke impaired her speech and movement, posing a serious threat to both her health and her career. Strokes can have devastating consequences, making this event incredibly difficult for Susan and her family. However, in true Susan fashion, she approached her recovery with determination and resilience. The rehabilitation process was grueling and required immense patience and perseverance. With the help of physical and speech therapists, she worked tirelessly to regain her abilities. She underwent daily therapy sessions, striving to rebuild her strength and improve the clarity of her voice. It was a long and arduous journey, but with the support of her loved ones and devoted fans, Susan found the inner strength to push forward. By 2023, Susan had made remarkable progress in her rehabilitation. One of her biggest motivations was her desire to return to the stage. After her meteoric rise to fame on Britain's Got Talent, she was determined to make a triumphant return to the show that had changed her life. Her comeback symbolized not only her passion for music but also her ability to overcome hardship. In June 2023, Susan stepped back onto the Britain's Got Talent stage, captivating both the judges and the audience with a mesmerizing performance. As she sang her world-famous hit I Dreamed a Dream, her voice carried a new depth, reflecting the struggles and triumphs she had endured. The crowd erupted in enthusiastic applause and standing ovations, celebrating her resilience as much as her extraordinary talent. Susan Boyle's journey is one of remarkable perseverance and determination. From her humble beginnings in Blackburn, Scotland, to achieving international fame, she has shown that true talent and unwavering resolve can overcome even the greatest obstacles. Throughout her career, she faced numerous rejections, misunderstandings, and bullying. She also battled diabetes and an undiagnosed neurological condition. Yet, with the love and encouragement of her family and her dedication to music, she rose above it all. By triumphing on Britain's Got Talent, Susan became an inspiration to countless people who have been told they cannot achieve their dreams. Her story carries a powerful message: take heart, follow your dreams, and never give up. Susan's strength and determination remind us to embrace what makes us unique, pursue our passions, and keep believing in a brighter future, even during the darkest times. Her journey echoes the words of Walt Whitman: keep your face always toward the sunshine, and shadows will fall behind you. For those who need a reminder of the importance of perseverance and chasing their dreams, Susan Boyle's story is a testament to resilience. If you would like to continue discussing Susan's incredible journey, feel free to leave a comment below. To stay updated on more inspiring and fascinating stories about your favorite celebrities, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.